This is a brief tutorial on how to utilize Google's Calendar function. To access this, you need to first sign in. And once you do, you will begin to have access to all of Google's applications. Those are accessible right up here in the Google Square. Clicking on it, you can select the calendar option from the apps that are listed there. Once inside, you will see whatever schedule you have implemented into Google's Calendar application. Now, I do happen to have a schedule already pre-made. You may not. However, that is the purpose of this tutorial, and it's quite easy to begin to schedule certain things for you in your future. To begin, let's say that you want to schedule a meeting from 12 to 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, specifically March 24th. To do so, you would find that particular location on your workspace and double click. Doing so will take you into your workspace, and I'll just go ahead and title this test tutorial. You can see here that it says March 24th, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and that runs to March 24th. If I wanted to extend this out, I could select a different date. If I wanted for it to repeat, if I wanted to assign it to an all-day status, I could click this, and it would then block out that entire day for this test tutorial appointment. However, oftentimes I don't use that function. I do, however, use the repeat option. So I'd like to show that to you here. Let's say that this particular meeting from 12 to 1 on Thursday afternoons repeats for the next 3 weeks. I can set for it to repeat on a weekly basis, though I have other options that I could choose from. And I want it to repeat every 1 week, though I could select others. I want it to repeat on Thursdays at that indicated time. And down here, I could select when I want it to end. If I never wanted it to end, I want it to always be reoccurring, I would simply select never. If I wanted it to end on a particular date, I could select that option and then select the specific date on which I wanted this scheduled event, this appointment to end. Or I can select, I want this to end after three weeks. So it's going to repeat on a weekly basis, once each week on Thursdays, and it will end after 3 occurrences. At that particular point, I can select done. And then I have a couple of more options in my workspace. I can set directions or location. So let's say that this meeting takes place at Teft. So I simply type in Teft and I select my options from the drop-down menu. If I am not the only attendee to this meeting, I can begin to share this scheduled appointment with them by clicking in this box and typing in that individual and their name. So I want to share this with Ms. Batson, the principal at Pittman Elementary. When I click on her email address, you can see that now not only do I have access to this appointment, but Ms. Batson does as well. If I have multiple calendars running on my Google account, I can click this drop-down arrow and I can specifically ascribe this event to one of my calendars. You can see that I have several there, but I'm going to leave this in my personal SPS calendar. I also have the option of adding a description. Here I could set reminders for myself, or if I wanted to give notes to Ms. Batson that she needs to have access to for our meeting, and I could type those in there as well. I have the option of adding attachments. So let's say a Google document needs to be added or a Word document needs to be added. I could do that here as well. And then to keep things straight, I can select whatever color for the event that I want. Not only that, but let's say that I'm forgetful, but I have access to my Google Calendar through my cell phone. I can have pop-ups or emails remind me that this is, in fact, an event that I need to attend. So I can come over here. I can either go with the pop-up, the notification that I would see on my phone screen, or I can have it email me. I can have it email me 10 minutes out. I could have it email me 10 hours out, or days, or weeks. I oftentimes like to be reminded one day ahead of schedule. So I'm going to set this notification to email me one day out. And at that particular point, I can scroll back up to the top and save this particular item. If I wanted to send this notification, or this invitation rather, to Ms. Batson, I could click send here since she is on that list. Since this is a tutorial, I'm not going to do that. Don't send. But you can see that after saving it, here's Thursday, March 24th, and there is that scheduled appointment. If I click on it, it will ask me if I want to edit the event or give me some basic information. Okay. If I click off of that, I'm going to come up here to my weekly schedule, and I'll click this arrow to show you that it appears here and here as well. It does not appear on that 4th week because I said that I wanted this event to end after 3 weeks. So you can see that Google is doing exactly as I told it to do with regards to that particular function, that repeat function that I was mentioning. You may have noticed as I click through the various screens that some of these events seem faded. Some are much more bright in color. That's because these faded events have already happened, whereas these others that are darkly colored have yet to happen. You can see that there is this time bar that is scrolling throughout the day, keeping track of time, keeping track of your appointments. And that is why there is a differentiation in color. Nonetheless, that is exactly how you could use Google Calendar for yourself, for your classroom. It is something that not only can you have access to on your cell phone, if you wish, you can also embed it into Canvas. That's another tutorial for another time, but this here is everything that you need to know with regards to creating a Google Calendar for you and your students. I hope that this was helpful and that you'll be successful in implementing this in your classroom if that's what you choose to do. Have a good day.